Hello everyone, Purple Ghost here again for episode 2. Yes, I episode 2 here. Episode 1, I think was a release probably a week ago today, or maybe it was about a week ago. Yeah, episode 2, and fun fact, episode 3 should be here by Wednesday. That's if I stick to the schedule I'm doing. So in the video right now, I am building our new rocket. So in the last episode, we had a little failure with our V-2 rocket, which not very good way to end off 1951. So, we need something that we can then develop further, that we can then use as like a workhorse for the rest of these sounding rocket contracts, and let you guys have a little guess what it is. If you haven't read the title already, we're building the V-2 rocket. The very scary World War II missile developed by Germany. That was very bad. Yes, like real life, like the Soviets and the Americans did, we're going to use it to kickstart our space agency, basically. So what I had in a Google tab, I just had the dimensions and like a little blueprint of the rocket. So I'm going to try and get the proportions right. I mean, what I've done here, it's a bit... It looked to me really like fat. I think I had to do it differently. I forgot what I did differently. Because the diameter of the V2 is 1.65 meters. And I've made this 1.5. I think that's because it looked too really chunky, like 1.65. So yeah, I've just done it like this, and yeah, quite happy with the design. I always make future rockets, like whenever I play Kerbal Space Program, like for like these sounding rocket contracts, because it's always nice to build. You can put a lot of effort into it, and actually it's quite easy and it's quite historically accurate. There was a little downside to it though. It means I couldn't really be that creatively independent with it, if that makes sense. I couldn't I don't know. But I mean, the Soviets and the Americans did this to begin with, and then they started doing their own things with it. So I guess that's what Ghost space program's doing. I don't know what our space program's actually called, to be honest. I've named the Save Ghost Orbital, but I'm still on the fence about that, because we are using the Kennedy Space Center out at Cape Canaveral. So I don't know if we should just be NASA or some different United States Space Force, or maybe Ghost Orbital. I'm not sure. I can let you guys decide, honestly, in the comments. But I don't really care at the moment, to be honest. But I think definitely soon, when we get into putting things in orbit, getting things to the moon, we're going to want a flag to put on that surface, and it's still quite a while away. But it'd be nice to have a flag, and like say, yeah, we did this. I mean, yeah, we could say we're like the United Nations Space Agency, but come on. It's 1952, and the world's not that mature yet. Yeah, it's maybe good that the world, in this alternate universe is like that. But who's in charge here? I am. See, right here, I think we just accepted standing rocket altitude contract, or I might not have. No, I checked the payload requirements, and then, yeah, I was having a bit of like an issue, like finding out how much payload I can put in like the nose. But I think I just extended the nose cone a bit. I think that fixed it. Well, not really fixed it, just made it able. I think I needed like at least 300, something crazy like that. But yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I did, because at this point I still wanted to use the V-2 return to do this sort of suborbital return contract. But as you'll see later on, it doesn't really work out. But yeah, we have one built at the moment. Yeah, this UV2, I don't know what's going on. I normally build something like that and it actually goes suborbital. But yeah, the launch is now. Here on the pad, UV2, I think it's the second or the third one we've done. But it was whenever I build something, I usually build something exactly like this. But yeah, engine failure immediately. Really let me down. Yeah, as I was saying, I normally always build something like this to do the suborbital return contract, and it usually works. But it just wasn't. I don't know what it was. Maybe the parachute was too heavy or something crazy like that, but it just wasn't working. Now, yeah, I opened the parachutes anyway and just it lands back on the pad. It's pretty funky, but did it work as intended? Not really. Really let us down. We are being being stalled quite a bit because of these failures. Like, usually by this time I would already be doing, like, the sounding rocket, downrange and altitude contracts. But I'm not really, like I said last episode, I'm not overly bothered by how long things take. I just at least want to do things when they were done in real life. Like, I want to put a satellite at most 1957, because that's like everyone knows, 1957, and it's cool to do it before. It would be a massive letdown if we did it after 1957. I doubt we will, because it's quite easy. I mean, yeah, it's not really hard. Once you do the 3,000 kilometer downrange contract, get in an orbit, you just need the technology. It all depends on your tech. But yeah, here I just built another one. I thought, hey, it failed, maybe we build another and that doesn't fail. But again, you'll see I'm not having the best of luck with these. I think if I'm ever going to do this again, I might just go straight to like a V-2 kind of looking thing. But yeah, here is the second launch of the video. So we fire the SRB and the Aerobee engine, it ignites. Thank God it worked. I really could not have dealt with another failure. I think if we had done it with another failure, it would have really pushed us back. I mean, you'll see in a second this mission fails anyway. I think none of the engines fail though. And I think, yeah, whenever something explodes like this, when the booster hits back, it freezes for a little second. But that always does that. But I'm still wondering what was wrong. I think maybe because whenever that first stage looks shorter than how, like, when I do it. I don't feel like it burns for long enough. But yeah, we're about 8,000 meters up and we're already on the second stage. This doesn't go suborbital. I don't think it goes past the Kármán line. Huge letdown. But we are getting some science, which is, always take some science. With as these videos get longer, I'm gonna have to start time-lapsing the launches as well, because at the moment I only time-lapse things that aren't launches. Like right now this isn't a time-lapse, but when I was building the V2 or whenever I'm going over science things in the R&D, I time-lapse that, but I might have to start time-lapsing launches. But yeah, Aerobee engine 1 out and we only have an apoapsis of I think it was 80 kilometers, 90 kilometers, which was it was very annoying. But yeah, I think maybe first 5-10 seconds of the launch, not time-lapse, but then it goes into a time-lapse. And you'll see at the end of the video, there is a very, very long parachute descent. Incredibly long. I had to time-lapse that to I think it was 500%, and it was still really long. I think I ended up cutting a lot of it out. But that was because I chose the wrong parachute. I chose a double parachute, which it slows it down even more. Like a good speed, like for returning, like with a parachute, at very least 2.5 meters per second for me, because I can't sit through anything else. I mean, 1.2 meters a second, not half bad. I mean, it's safe, but I can't sit through that, and I can't record that. This is going 1.2 meters a second, and this takes ages, absolutely ages to just watch come back down. But I mean, I was just looking what's in space. Yeah, it's I never actually knew you could see the planets. It was pretty bonkers. Like, I was just kind of seeing what I could see. But yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly at the surface, 450 meters. Not too far away, but yeah, it is really boring. But we just blew up anyway. Yeah, back in the VB now. This is the V2, and this is where I decided to use it as the suborbital return. So I'm putting the decoupler on it, and I'm putting a parachute on it. It took me a second to decide which one I wanted, but eventually I put like the WAC Corporal avionics thing on it, just so I got, like, because if you don't have that and you return a section, that doesn't actually count, which is really weird. But yeah, offsetting the parachute. I did this so weird. I overcomplicated how I needed to do it, but I mean, it worked. But yeah, sorting out the staging, saving. Oh yeah, I was recoloring the decoupler. I hate that. I can't leave the base texture. Yeah, here we are, just outside. Don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, there we go. Back in the VAB. I think I think I just did a simulation. Yeah, tooling it now. I've spent so much money on toolings. I just realised this music in the background is the American national anthem. Yeah, it's just like an hour of classical music, but Americans, there you go. Yeah, here we go. The beautiful V2 on the pad. It's quite interesting how the American national anthem is playing for this very not good German missile that definitely didn't kill a lot of people in the past. But yeah, I mean, for science, the audio might have messed up, so I hope I put it at the right place, because there was a problem with Audacity just now, so I had to just like remove a section and try pick up from where I last was. So if I haven't mapped it correctly, then it's whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I like using Smart ASS for when it's guidance. I'm too sensitive on the controls. So yeah, I click it, I get to about 50 to 40 degrees by 20 kilometers. And then because I don't have much fuel left, if I want to get height, I leave it. If I want to go far, I go down to either 40 or 35. I think those kind of trajectories for these kind of missions, they're perfect. I think with this as well, I found out how far it could go downrange. Just so I know for like downrange contracts how far I can go. It's really nice though when you like test something like this, and it first try gets like 600 kilometers downrange, because probably not until the third or the fourth contract will you actually need to go 600 kilometers downrange, which is just, it makes life so much easier. Also, before I edited this video, I actually recorded the third video. It's in two different parts though, because my game crashed halfway through it, but you guys will see that. Yeah, getting the thumbnail right here. Beautiful shot of the V2. Yeah, it's actually really, for a kind of technology that was made in the 1940s. It looks really good. Yeah, there we go. Top jettisoned, decoupled. That's the word. But yeah, it's, if you research about the V2, it's what's the scientist's name? It's Van something. Werner von Braun. That's his name. I probably said that so bad. He actually had a plan to like develop the V2 further, and then he wanted to make this space plane, which could take people into space. I think that's so interesting. But then Hitler used it as a murder weapon, which yeah, not really ideal. Like, it's like, imagine making something that you use, like, yes, this is gonna help the like scientists and explorers for generations, but then someone else goes, but what if we put this on the top and then it'll blow up and cause a lot of death? Yeah, not good. I guess that's like the opposite for like what NASA and the Soviet Union did. So like they took ballistic missiles and turned them into rockets. I mean, that's a good thing. We just accepted low biological. Is it low space biological sample? I don't read it quick enough. I'm literally watching. I don't, like, when I do voiceovers, I don't export it beforehand. I literally have to view in Premiere Pro's like little preview window, which is probably not smart, but I mean, it saves me rendering and exporting twice. But yeah, I had to change the little top nose cone. I like that because in real life, you know, even when Germany was using it, you could probably take off the warhead and put something else on it. I mean, that's what they did. And I like this. I like that I widened the nose cone because when you widen it, you can put so much more sounding rocket payload in it. And I think what I did, what you might see in this video, or it might be episode 3. Oh, it might be episode 3 what I do this. Yeah, I think it is. I make like a different kind of looking nose, which it looks a bit funky, but it looks cool as well. But yeah, I think this will be the last launch of the video. This is the one that took ages, because what I just did, I put the double parachute on. Don't do that. It has a drogue chute, but the drogue chute slowed me down to 1.1 meters a second, and then the parachute just slowed me down even further. Here we are on the pad, getting ready to launch. We're just turning everything on. I keep forgetting to put like temperature and pressure on, but I think I've already maxed them out in low space. Up we go. Yeah, it's insufficient avionics. There we go. For like first 2 seconds. Yeah. Here we go. I already started time lapsing. I might have to mute this though in episode 3 because the sound might be a bit jarring. But yeah, this I think this for the rest of the launches. There we go. Engine deignition or fuel tanks emptied, whatever that word is. Engine cut off. I started waffling for a second. Yeah, I like going with the pitched over ascents, even if I just need to go up, because it just ensures, you know, a safe recovery back down. Especially for these, now you're going to see in a second my little mistake I made with this, because if you saw when I built this, I took the probe core or the avionics core and it's at the top, which means it's very, very heavy at the top, which is it's aerodynamic, and we're heating up, and boom. I thought everything was gone, and there was just this little bit left. But as you'll see in a little second, I go over to one of these debris icons, and as you'll see in a second, about now, there we go. Yes, the little, I'm gonna say it's a jar of fruit flies. They're safe. I mean, they're probably in a mush after that, but yeah, the parachutes aren't even open yet, and we're at 25 meters a second, and now we're 1.8, and that's just the drogue chute. Yeah, I need to actually read the parachute settings before I use them. Hey, I'm not new to realism overhaul, but I'm definitely a noob. But hey, I'm gonna learn more with this series. That's definitely something that's gonna happen. But yeah, soon in a second, the time lapse goes to like 400%. But I think I was thinking during editing this. I edited it yesterday. I think I was like, it's near the end. I can use it to talk a little bit. But no, I cut it. There we go. But yeah, we're nearing the end now. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I kind of do waffle a bit when I'm doing the voiceovers, but you know, I like doing that. It's fun. You guys get to know exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, we've got quite a lot we need to research, and I think organising that a bit might help. But yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed. Episode 3 next. It's been episode 2. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely subscribe if you're enjoying. And when you like the video, it tells me, you know, people are enjoying it and they want to see more. And if you've got any ideas for what I should do, if you want me to do space planes, definitely let me know in the comments. Just let me know anything in the comments, really. Let me know how I'm doing. That'll help. Yeah, really hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.